We're getting another look now live from former President Donald Trump and J.D. Vance's rally in downtown Grand Rapids. Political reporter Rick Albin is inside Van Andel Arena and has been covering the rally. Rick?
I just say $300,000. Isn't it something these pollsters they come up? I have totally forgotten.
You know, this has been about an hour since the former president appeared on the stage, and this crowd has just been giving him rounds of applause and cheers and standing up about every 45 seconds. He spent the last 15 minutes talking about immigration. We know that's a big issue for this president. It was a big issue when he was president, and it's a big issue in this campaign. But the number one issue, and it continues to show up in polling all the time, is the economy. And he spent a fair amount of time before he talked about immigration, talking about the economy and the difference that he sees that the economy was during his administration and the way it's been during the Biden administration. One of the big arguments is that President Biden has said several times he inherited 9% inflation. Trump insists the inflation was much, much lower than that when he left office, and it wasn't until several months later that inflation started to percolate up. No matter, the things he's talking about in here tonight are very much the things he talked about at the convention, and he has been talking about since 2015. But he's talking to a crowd tonight that is all completely for Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. We heard them both speak earlier today. Here's some of what they both had to say.
Well, thank you very much. This is like a Michigan football game over here. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. I'm thrilled to be back in the great state of Michigan with thousands and thousands, and I mean lots of thousands up here. This is a hell of an arena. This is a hell of an arena. But you are the hard-working patriots that we love. You know, they have crowds of people outside. You're not even going to believe it. They go blocks and blocks.
Politics, I hate to say it, on both sides, both parties were broken in very profound ways. Both parties, if you remember, signed up for shipping millions of good manufacturing jobs off to Mexico and China until President Trump came along and said, we got to make more of our own stuff, we got to make it with our own workers' hands, and we're going to do it for our own people right here in the United States of America, right here in Michigan.
So why Michigan? Why does this become so important to come to Grand Rapids immediately after the convention? And 1 week and the first event, at least the first campaign event, since there was an assassination attempt on the president. The reason's pretty simple. If you look at the way the electoral map is shaping up right now at 270towin.com, the website, they have only 5 states that are still toss-ups, with Trump leading in considerably more, almost 20 more electoral votes. So it means that of those 5 states, which is Nevada and Arizona, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, right now the way the math works, Trump would need to win Michigan and then just one other state. So it is getting close to that point where he can start to see 270. 100-plus days before the election, a lot can change. But for right now, Michigan becomes pivotal, and it'll remain so right up to election day. So we'll see them back. We'll see Joe Biden come back. That campaign will be here, too. We'll be covering a lot more of these, but this one is the first one of the official campaign season after the Republican convention, and it turned out to be a big one today for Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. Live at the Van Andel Arena, Amanda, back to you.
All right, Rick Albin, thank you so much. Here's a look outside of Van Andel Arena right now, where crowds have been gathering all day for the former president's rally. That's where we find News 8's Amber Kriska. Amber?
Yeah, Amanda, hundreds of supporters, thousands of supporters really, are still outside the arena. Take a look over here to my right. This group of supporters, they've been out here for over an hour now listening to Trump speak. They weren't able to get inside the arena, but we are starting to see a lot of supporters leave the arena, including Paul Story from St. Joseph. You were inside there. You're trying to beat the crowd leaving.
Yes, I was trying to.
We caught you. Sorry. Real quickly, Paul, what was it like inside there for you?
High energy, very positive. Donald Trump exudes the strength and the man he is and leadership. I think he'll do a great job as the next president.
Talk about why you wanted to be here, why it was so important to come here.
To show support for my country and a president that did what he said he was going to do in his last administration. I've seen the most diverse amount of different people here of all walks of life, of all groups, and classes. And the unity here is just second to none. It's amazing. It is amazing.
12,000 people packed in there. Supporters waited hours to get in. How long did you wait to get in?
I got here at 10 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
After an hour and a half ride.
All right.
To get here.
Well, have a safe ride. Thanks so much for being here with us.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right.
Long live Donald Trump. God
All right.
bless
Thousands of
America.
supporters still outside the arena. A lot of them they were not able to get in, but they say that's okay. It's worth it. They're glad to all be out here together. Amanda.
Thank you so much, Amber. News 8's Adriana Doria is also outside Van Andel Arena. She's been speaking to people about the security they're seeing at the event. That comes after an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump last week. Adriana, what have you seen in terms of security there?
Amanda, like you said, it's been exactly 1 week since that attempted assassination at former President Trump's rally in Pennsylvania, almost down to the minute and the hour. That happened in the 6 o'clock hour, and that's something that he did say at the beginning of his speech here in Grand Rapids at Van Andel. Now, this fencing here behind me, you can see that all throughout Grand Rapids, and I'll actually step out of the way. You can see there's even some law enforcement here in the parking garage up high. So again, very much a heightened police presence here downtown, and we've been talking to so many different supporters down here about their thoughts on that heightened security, about what they think rallies will look like in the future, if they will be different. So here, take a listen to what they had to say. All right, and for so many people here, this is not their first rally. And again, so many people saying that, this isn't stopping anyone from coming out here to listen to former President Trump's safety. Definitely not a big concern for them. They're saying that the message is going to be different, and it clearly was here inside. And again, thousands of people coming out, and not really much of an impact about the safety element here, not stopping them at all. But for now, we'll send it back to you in Grand Rapids. Adriana Doria, News 8.